Good morning, y'all. We have not done something yet, and it is pick our spring TBR. So let's do it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh,
Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I feel so much better than I felt when I first started vlogging for this week. Of course, you guys know that I am doing a reading vlog for a week this time. I started Monday and I think I'm gonna end Saturday so that I can get the vlog out there to you guys on Sunday. But I feel better and I'm ready to vlog. So I hope you guys are doing great. Again, I hope you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day. I hope you got and did everything that you wanted to do for Mother's Day. Hope y'all got some book and some bookish merch. If not, at least y'all got some gift cards, some money, so that you guys can do what you want to do with that money as far as being a bookish girly. I didn't get anything, but a happy Mother's Day from everyone, but it's okay. I'm really not into getting so many gifts anymore as I used to be, so really did not hurt my feelings any. But today, guys, I am going to give you guys 3 books that I want to read for my spring TBR. I only want 3 books because I already have my May TBR that I am trying to get through. Then I have the book that I am annotating for my Travelers Book Club members. So I don't want to overstress myself too much by trying to read too many books in a short time span. And then like I mood read some books that was not on my May TBR. So we have some vlogs coming up soon about just like the books that I have read so far in the month of May. Have I read all of my May TBR? No, because not yet, because I have been doing so much mood reading to it's like unreal. So I don't know if I am going to actually get to all of the books that I had down in May, but if not, it's fine. My physical TBR is growing like crazy and it's okay with me. So y'all, let's get started with the 3 books that we picked out for our spring TBR. But y'all, if y'all are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Of course, become a part of this bookish space that we have created. I think we are 1,050 subscribers strong, and we are getting stronger. And guys, remember, if it was not for you guys, this would not be possible. And I thank you so much for your support. I love that we like to do the same thing, which is talk about books, read books, all the thing bookish. And that makes for a huge space of 1,050 subscribers strong of just talking about books, listening to books, reading books, just all the things, guys. And it is such a beautiful space. So many books out there to the point of like, I don't think we would ever stop wanting to read books, needing to read books. Now, I did not read as much as I wanted to over the 5 days that I have been off. At first I was thinking that I was getting into a reading slump, and I was like, no, I don't, or I have never been in a reading slump, and I don't want to get in a reading slump now, because I just feel off if I don't read. But I don't think it was that. I think it was just that I was just so tired. I was just so tired, and it just did not cause for me to read. But anywho, we are over that. I feel so much better, and I am ready to get down and dirty with reading the books that I want to read for the month of May, for my mood reading, and just reading, period. So here are the 3 books that we picked out that we want to read for a spring TBR. So the first one is the last book to the Belladonna series. I think it's called Belladonna. The Belladonna series. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And it is Whisperer by Adonley Grace. Y'all, I fumbled that. Oh, I fumbled that name. Adonley Grace. But here is the actual name of the author. I fumbled that so freaking bad. But anyway, this is the last book in the Belladonna series. And I want to say this one is probably about Beleth, who was the actual cousin of Belladonna. And y'all, I just have to show you guys this book cover. It is a hardback book, and most likely I will probably not even have the paper cover over it when I read it, because the hardback book cover is just so freaking pretty. Y'all, look at that. I mean, come on. The hardback cover of this book is just astonishing, and I am just so here for that. But anyway, I need the paper to tell you guys what it's about, so I'm gonna just put the paper back on here. But I think I'm gonna read it over half the time without the cover on it, because I just love the paper, the cover of the hardback book itself. But it says Beleth had one advantage over the Whisperer, and she had thorns. And when it came to Arissa Dryden, she had every intention of using them. Alright friends, so the next book that is on our spring TBR is The Zodiac Academy by Caroline Pickham and Susan Valentina, and it is The Awakening. To my understanding, this is like a 16 book series. I will probably read the first 3 or 4. I am not reading 16 books to a series because I don't want to get caught up in one series like that. So I love the cover of this book. I feel like it is dainty but very interesting. It says, I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heirs to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm fate. But of course there's a catch. All I have to do to claim my birthright is prove that I'm the most powerful supernatural in the whole Solarium. And sure, technically that's true, as I'm the daughter of the Savage King. But the bit they didn't put in the brochure was that every single fae in this kingdom would claim their throne if they could. In this daily academy, vampires bite weaker students in the corridors. The werewolf packs have orgies in the Walling Woods at every full moon, and don't even get me started on the twisted ways the sirens use their powers on people's emotions. It sounds like a roller coaster. Or how my sinfully tempting cardinal magic professor hosts detentions that leave people needing therapy. I would never go to detention. Never. Classes are totally interesting if you manage to live through them, and the Gemini star sign is mentioned. It now determines my elemental magic and elements affects my destiny. My astrology is essential if I'm going to beat down my classmates, which is actively encouraged by the way. My biggest problem is a dark-hearted dragon shifter who has his eyes on my throne. He and his 3 psycho friends are determined to make my time here hell. All I've got to do is survive, but fate might have other ideas. Damn it. And that's what it says. They can't. They couldn't. Damn it. Why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? Hogwarts. Isn't that, oh, what is it? Harry Potter. So she was like, damn it, why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? So maybe she thought she would probably have had more fun at Hogwarts than she would at this academy. But that synopsis made me really want to read this book, see what this book is about. I think I have the audio to this book. It is a graphic audio, so I hope I will be able to use that audio to get through this book so that I can move on to the next series in the book. I really like the way the first pages of each chapter starts. They start with a dark page, and each chapter starts that way. So this book has how many? Look like it has 502 pages in it, but the lettering is pretty big. It looks like it has a ton all through the book of page breaks, so that makes it even better for me, because I know that there's a lot of conversation between some people going on in this book, and that is what makes a book fly through to me, and I love a book like that. So the second book that we will be reading, guys, is The Awakening, the Zodiac Academy. We have one more. Remember, we're not going to read that many books for the Spring TBR because I am overwhelmed with my physical TBR. It is so huge. So freaking huge, not including the books that I have on my Kindle that I would like to read. But this one is called Mommy by Jessica George. I want to say that is the name of this book. I actually have been looking at this book for quite some time, and I need to get this book read. I don't see too many terrible reviews about this book on Goodreads, so we're going to give it a try so that we can either get it off my shelf to a little free library, or we can keep it and want to read it another time. Y'all know I'm not a hoarder of books, but I will keep a book because I might want to read it again. And all of my Kennedy Ryan books, like, they're staying with me. I'm not giving them away. I don't care. I don't even think I will let people borrow them because they might not give it back. But anyway, I think this is called Mommy, and it says, it's fair to say that Madeline's life in London is so far rewarding, with a mother who spends most of her time in Ghana, yet still somehow manages to be overbearing. Maddie is the primary caretaker of her father, who suffers from advanced stage Parkinson's. At work, her boss is a nightmare, and Maddie is tired of always being the only black person in every meeting. So I can really connect to Maddie already. I am like the sole caregiver of my mom, even though she can do like things of her own. But as far as like her health and being to the doctor, making appointments and stuff like that, I am the sole person that does that. So like I'm already connected to Maddie already in this book. When her mom returns from her latest trip to Ghana, Maddie leaps at the chance to get out of the family house and finally start living. A self-acknowledged late bloomer, she's ready to experience some important firsts. Wow. She finds a flat share, says yes to after work drinks, pushes for more recognition in her career, and there throws herself in a bewildering world of internet dating. Internet dating. A lot of these books have apps that the characters are using that they get dates from. Is that a thing like in the books now? Because I think this right here will be like the second or third, and probably even more, book that I have seen where they have used the internet to find a date. So y'all drop it down in the comments and let me know. Is that a thing in a lot of the books that you guys read as well? But it's not long before tragedy strikes, forcing Maddie to face the true nature of unconventional family and the perils and rewards of putting her heart on the line. Smart, funny, and deeply affecting, Mommy deals with the themes of our time with humor and prodigy. From family duties and racism to family pleasure, the complicity of love, and the life-saving power of friendship. Most important, it explores what it feels like to be torn between two homes and culture, and it celebrates finally about being able to find where you belong. So apparently this is about a black girl, which I did not know. That it was about a black girl and her culture. Her mom is from Ghana. I guess her dad is from another culture, America, probably. I don't know. But she is like the sole caregiver for him. Her mom never was there for her father, so she ended up being his sole caregiver. And so that made her life not able to begin because she was just so into taking care of her father. It doesn't say actually how old she is. At least I did not see it when I read the synopsis of this book. So I'm curious to see how old she is, because in the synopsis of the book it was like she's starting her first of everything. So like, how old is this girl? When did she start taking care of her dad? But anyway, they're interested in reading this book. It says, in African culture, wait, no, I don't want to be presumptuous or in any way, I don't want to be presumptuous in any way, enough to assume certain Ghanaian customs run true in other African countries. So very interested to read this book, guys, and I will let you guys know how I feel about this book. If you guys have actually read this book, y'all let me know what y'all think about this book down in the comments by looking at the pages. Huge amount of page breaks and not a lot of just paragraphs. So of course there should be a lot of conversation in this book, and of course you guys know that I love that. And this is the actual bookmark that I seen apparently that I put in this book. It is a dang on hot dog. I love bookmarks, y'all. I just love the way they look, just all the things, especially when they actually match my books. But we have Mommy by Jessica George. We have Zodiac Academy, The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valentine. And then Whisperer by this author. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope you guys will be able to comment down below if you guys have read any of these books. Let me know what you guys feel about them, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Happy reading, guys.